Hi everyone, my name is Steve and this is SJ Woodworks. This is my first YouTube video, so I want to just give you a brief rundown of what I'm doing here. So this channel is going to focus on wood turning, and this is my lathe here, and this is where we'll do most of the work that we're going to show. But I want to focus on wood turning with carbide tools. There are a lot of people out there doing YouTube videos with conventional gouges and chisels. And they're great, and I don't really have anything to add to that. I learned a lot from the other YouTube wood turners out there. But I don't see a lot of people doing a lot with carbide tools. So I wanted to kind of set up my channel to use these kind of tools and show you what they're about and talk about their uses and kind of go down that road. So today we're going to make a pen out of cocobolo. I've got a good pen blank here. And we're going to use this carbide tool right here. It's about a 10-inch long pen turning carbide tool from Harrison Specialties, and I'll put a link down in the show notes for that. And so that's what we're going to do today. So follow along, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, before we can do any turning, we've got to mark up our pen blank here and cut it and drill it and glue it up. So let's do that now. Okay, while the pen is drying, I wanted to give you a better view of the tool we're going to be using today. Since this is a show about carbide lathe tools, I thought I'd kind of explain the carbide tool we're going to use today. This is a 10-inch pen turner's carbide tip tool from Harrison Specialties, like I said before. You can get them from their website, and I've got it with just a standard aluminum handle that I also got from them. You can get it without a handle, just this piece, and turn your own handle if you want to. Or this aluminum handle comes in a few different sizes, or it's a 1/2-inch steel shank in there, so you might have a lot of other handles that you can use. It's your choice. I kind of like just the aluminum look, so I went ahead and got the handle from him. Just a couple of set screws to put the carbide shaft into here, put the steel shaft into the handle. So there are different shaped cutters also. This particular steel bar is shaped just for this square cutter. There's a diamond one and a circle one and a couple other things that you can get that will also fit in the same handle, so they're interchangeable. I just have this one. This is a square carbide cutter. It's really sharp, so this is one of the things you learn when you use carbide tools, is not to just brush the shavings off the end of your tool with your hand like you might be used to with your bowl gouge, because you'll cut yourself on these corners. And so I usually just kind of shake them off like that or blow them off. This particular tip has radiused edges here, so they're not perfectly flat. These corners aren't perfect 90 degrees, and it actually really helps, especially in pen turning, when you're looking for that curve on the outside of the pen. This radius tip helps kind of keep the corners out of the way, so you can get the look that you're going for without gouging it with these corners. So it's really perfect for that. And when it gets dull, you just loosen this screw here, turn it 90 degrees, tighten it back up, and you're good to go for a long time. And you can turn a lot of different things with this. I like this for pens because it's kind of short and it doesn't get in your way when you're trying to do a small spindle project like a pen. You could obviously use a full-length carbide tool or any other tool for turning pens. I've turned a lot of pens, with the standard spindle gouge as well. Yeah, I kind of like these short ones for pens just because it doesn't get in your way when you're trying to do kind of fine detailed work. Alright, I think our pen's probably dry now, so let's take it to the lathe. Okay, now we're finally at the fun part here. So we're at the lathe, and we're going to mount our blank to the lathe here, following the lines I drew on it before, and just following the instructions for the pen kit that I'm using as far as how these bushings go on. Each one's a little bit different. Alright, so bring up our tool rest here, and let's turn this thing down. With a really small spindle like this, you can use some pretty good speed, even to get it roughed up. I want to kind of show you this from behind, then I'll bring the camera around to the front so you can see this carbide tool cutting. Tighten this up a little bit. You can be as aggressive as you want to be on here. I mean, the carbide tool can handle whatever aggression you're going to give it. So you want to take it easy a little depending on what wood you're using, what the condition is of your blank. Okay, hopefully you can see here now in the front. Now that whirring noise you're hearing is the live center here. It does kind of make a funny noise. I'm going to turn this up to maybe about 2,000 RPMs. I could probably go even faster. You see, the radius edge is really helping me get a good curve on these. And this is cocobolo, so it's a pretty hard wood and it cuts pretty clean. The idea is to just hold this tool flat on the tool rest. That's why it's a square steel bar here. Though you can turn it up and do some skew cutting with it like this. And you get pretty good finish, but on a small spindle like this, I'm not going to worry about that. Just look for the curve you want. The point of my pen's going to be down here. The clip is going to be up here, so I'm remembering that while I try and get things down where I want it to be. we've done our turning and our sanding down to 600, and it looks really good. Let's move on with finishing. Just put on several coats of CA glue finish with boiled linseed oil, and you can watch how I do it. Okay, we got I think 7 coats of CA glue finish on here, and now we're going to just run through the micro mesh grits all the way up to the 12,000 grit just to polish it up really good. Then we'll put the pen together. Alright, after going through the micro mesh grits, we got a real nice shine on the pen here. So it looks really good actually. This cocobolo is great stuff. You saw me sand. I started with 220 grit sandpaper. Really, I probably could have started with 400. This came really smooth off of that carbide tool. I think starting with the 220 caused me more trouble than it solved. I ended up having a scratch from the 220 that I had to sand out and back up to get rid of. But everything looks great now, so we're going to go put this pen together and be finished with it. Okay, so we're finished. We've got our pen all put together and it looks really good. I'll put up a couple still shots at the end of close-ups. Used a gunmetal finish here on cocobolo wood and it came out great with the CA finish. So hopefully this video has given you an idea of how this carbide cutter works and what you can do with it. Obviously I haven't done anything that you couldn't just do with a spindle gouge, but kind of want to focus on these carbide tools. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Hopefully we'll do a lot more carbide turning videos, and you know, I've got some other tools that I'll throw in, also some traditional chisels and gouges. So and you know, I'm kind of learning as I go along here too with my lathe. So let's have a good time. If you got any comments, go ahead and throw some comments in there or questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks a lot, and we hope to see you next time on SJ Woodworks.